the day with love. Fill the day with love. Spend the day with love. End the day with love. This is the way to God. Famous Guru.
Way back in 1990s, Swami called a group of doctors. That time I was working in General Hospital as an obstetrician gynecologist. And I was called for an interview. Swami made me to sit next to his chair. Then Swami looked at me, looking at me. And then he said, "Now itself you look like 80 years old," Swami said. Then I told Swami, but I am not like you. You are ever young and yours is a yogic body. Then Swami suddenly became very serious and then sternly looked at me and he said, "Hey, what do you mean by that? You call me body?" Then Swami said, listen properly. I am not body. I am not mind. I am not soul. I am not conscious. I am not consciousness. I am not even Atma. Now you listen properly to me. I am that Paramatma. This should never forget till the end of your life.
సామాన్యంగా ఈ రూపాన్ని చూసి మీరు కేవలం మానవత్వం కదా అని సహజంగా మీరు దీన్ని అలక్ష్యం చేస్తూ ఉండవచ్చును, లేక ఒక విధమైనటువంటి యొక్క ప్రేమ భావంతో చూస్తూ పోవచ్చును, మానవత్వంగా మీరు విశ్వసించవచ్చు. కాదు, నేను దేహం కాదు, నేను మనసు కాదు, నేను బుద్ధి కాదు, నేను చిత్తం కాదు, నేను అంతఃకరణం కాదు, ఏదీ కాదు. నేను ఈ దేహం కేవలం మీ నిమిత్తమై వచ్చినటువంటిదే. నీకు ఏమాత్రము నా సంగతి కించిత్తైనా ఇంకా తెలుసుకోలేదు. నా తత్వము ఇట్టిది అట్టిదని ఎవరికీ అర్థం కాదు. నేను మగవారిలో మగవారిగా ఉంటాను, ఆడవారిలో ఆడవారిగా ఉంటాను, పిల్లల్లో పిల్లలుగా ఉంటుంటాను, ఒంటరిగా ఉన్నప్పుడు బ్రహ్మగా ఉంటాను. ఇది నా యొక్క సత్యం.
When students pass out from the portals of the university, some of them decide to stay back and wait for Swami's command. Sometimes Swami responds within 2 days, sometimes 2 months, and sometimes it spans few years. So those boys who used to wait for Swami were called waiting boys. So these waiting boys had a very special bondage with Swami. They always used to pine and pray physically and otherwise also, so that Swami will respond and give that one command or one instruction what they should do. So one of those times when Swami had called 10, 12 to 15 of us, Swami had called us for an interview. Swami was so beautifully sitting in his sofa in the far end of the interview room and the door was bolted. After that, 2 boys tried to enter and obviously it was not very positive thing, and Swami told, "Not now, tarvata. Ippudu kaadu, tarvata," meaning not now, later. But because of that, there was an uneasy silence among all of us. All of us are waiting for Swami's command. We all are pining for his instructions, and 2 of our brothers are left out. We felt bad, and Swami, the omnipresent Lord he sensed it very beautifully, and then came a bolt from the blue. He said, I just quote in Telugu, "Yavarki eppudu em ivvalo naaku telusundra, prati vaadi prati line naaku telusunu." He gestured like this on his forehead, meaning I know whom to give what and when. Everyone's destiny I know perfectly. You don't need to tell me. So we were actually overwhelmed by what we heard, that this is not someone whom we are sitting in front, is not just any other being. It is the ultimate Parabrahma Swarupa in front of us. During the course of the same interview, one of my brothers got very emotional. He said, "Swami, we are waiting for so much time for you. We have been pining. you took so much time to just respond and give us this interview and interaction with us. Till then, Swami was little jovial. He became serious. He became stern. His voice became very heavy. And he said, లోకాలు చూసుకోవాలి, అయినా మీ అదృష్టము మిమ్మల్ని పిలిచి మాట్లాడుతున్నాను. మీనింగ్, I have to take care of all the worlds, not only this world. Still, I have found time and I'm talking to you. This is your greatest good fortune. So, with these two experiences, we get a glimpse of what we were experiencing when we used to see Swami, we used to speak to him or just have his darshan.
After that, Swami said, you are full of body consciousness. Then I told him, Swami, how to get our body consciousness? Then Swami suddenly looked at me and said, are you really serious about it? Then I said, yes, Swami. The interview got over. So we all came out. After that, after a few years, I got my foot injured because I put it on the live wire. So immediately I myself put little crepe bed in the local treatment and then got ready, and then I continued to work in the hospital. I couldn't continue to do the work because my leg problem became more and more. So then I actually asked Swami, actually shall I go home and then come back, because Swami was supposed to go to Vrindavan. So Swami gave permission. I went back to Mysore. When I came back, I wanted to join duty immediately. Then superintendent of the hospital said, no, Swami is expected in another 2-3 days. So you wait till then. Then I waited. Then he wanted me to take permission from Bhagwan. So then I sent word to the superintendent to Swami. Swami said, don't join duty just now. You wait and I will tell later. Okay. And it went on waiting for another 6 months. Nothing happened. And in the month of December 1999, before Christmas festival, I fell sick. I had very high fever. So my elder sister was called, and then she came, and meanwhile my colleagues sent word to Swami through Dr. Algeria. So Swami sent Vibhuti Prasadam. So she applied the same Vibhuti Prasadam, and within 24 hours my temperature settled, and then everything fine like. Okay, I ate and then I slept. And the sleep, actually I got electric shock like pain in my right leg. So I screamed, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. So my sister got worried, what happened suddenly? So then immediately my brother also came from Mysore. And then he also saw everything. After the night, next morning, so he went for Swami's darshan. In the veranda, Swami came and asked him, and what's the matter? And then he explained, the Swami, Shanta is not well and she is in the bed. Swami said, I know everything, and body needs rest. Let her be in bed for some time. And they took me to hospital. Actually, it was on the 29th December. So then I opened my eyes, I was in ICU and very comfortable, no pain, it's okay. Meanwhile, they had already investigated me, drawing the blood and the x-rays, everything. And then their cardiologist, Dr. Iyer, told me, Madam, everything normal, madam, so nothing to worry. Okay. After some time, he said, Madam, one thing left over is echocardiogram. Shall I do it? I said, okay, go ahead. So when they did the echocardiogram, there was the blood clot in my heart. That's the right atrium. So everybody worried. So what to do now? Meanwhile, Swami in the veranda, standing in front of anesthetist Dr. Pavan, Swami said, clot in the heart. Everybody worried. Then he said, Swami, whom? Then he said, that lady doctor. So he immediately rushed to hospital. He told Swami, he was telling like this. Then Swami said, you do whatever the necessary to be done. according to the medical thing. Okay, they started what to give the injection, whatever thing they planned. So meanwhile, actually after some time, Dr. Hugo Sandri, Italian cardiologist, came and he did one more echocardiogram. Then he said, "Arre, clot is not there and it has disappeared." So for our surprise, maybe it is Swami's work, a miracle. So okay, he said, and then everybody relaxed. So everybody went away. That was on 30th night, I became breathless once again. So they had to resuscitate. So 31st morning, and at about 8:30, Dr. Hugo Sandri, after darshan, he came to hospital. First thing he came, put his stethoscope on my chest, and he actually shouted, "Oh, cardiac arrest, cardiac arrest." Once again, the whole team of cardiologists rushed in, and then they want to resuscitate me. So they tried all the means and best of capacity, and they couldn't revive me. After some time, they said, "No, she died. You can inform your relatives and then people who those want to come. After some time, we'll give the body." When I left the body, I had some experience. So suddenly, I left the body and went to a vast, bright light, the flooding light. And there was no limit for that. And no body, actually. Their mind was working, I don't know, I'm not aware what it is, only feeling. So I thought it's very serene, very cool, very light and very peaceful. That may be a blissful state. And I was very happy in that mode. I don't know after about some time. And then from there, I started coming down. So Dr. Sathya went to Swami and then he told, "Swami, she's gone, Swami. With all the efforts, we couldn't revive her." Swami made gestures with the hand like this. I was from the up looking at the body. And they are trying to revive me by doing the cardiac massage. They are beating my lungs. And with all this, then I was looking, for me it was like tamasha. And I went on looking at all these things they are doing, and I thought in myself, no, all these things are of no use. Like Jankiramaya Garu went inside, Swami's brother. He also told the same thing. "Swami, she has died, Swami," with all the effort of the doctors, and they couldn't revive her. Then Swami suddenly looked at him and he said, "Now I will take over." So then Jankiramaya Garu came out and suddenly he rushed to the hospital. He wanted to convince doctors that don't do anything to the body, that she will be alive. And the meanwhile, I was looking at my body. I suddenly entered into the body. And then I opened my eyes, looking around like this. So suddenly, cardiologist looked at me, "Arey, she has opened her eyes. What's happening? Bring her brother here." And so brother came. Yeah, he was also surprised. And then he looked at me. I said, "I am all right." So they asked, "What's happening actually?" And suddenly she opened her eyes. On January 1st, my relations had come. Then they all got any good news that I was alive. On January 1st, one of my friends from Vrindavanam, and she came. She was an active worker, Sevadal. And then she was very emotional. And when Swami came to give her pranamaskar, she said, "Swami Shanta," like this. Swami said, "Yemi, Jeevadanam chesna." Swami said, actually, "Jeevadana madidini," in Kannada, he said. Then he materialized Vibhuti and gave it to her and said, "Give her." Some of the students, those who were working in the department, Swami used to ask often when I was in that condition, "How is that late doctor, how is that?" They used to tell Swami, "No hopes, Swami." Swami said, "What no hopes?" And said, "All the organs have been decayed. I only set it all right and she will be all right." So like that, Swami started inquiring each and everybody and telling that he gave me the life.
సర్వశక్తులు కూడా స్థాయిలో హస్తగతమైపోయినటువంటివి. కానీ దురదృష్టవశాత్తు అనేక మంది విద్యావంతులు, ఇంకా అనేక మంది ఇంకా ఉత్తమమైనటువంటి యొక్క స్థితిని అందుకున్నటువంటి వారు, అనేక మంది యోగులు, జ్ఞానులు, సత్పురుషులు అని చెప్పేటువంటి వారు, పండితులు, మహత్తమ పండితులు, ఇంకా పండితులు, ఇంకా పండితులు, ఇంకా చేత్తాడు పొడవు పేర్లు పెట్టుకున్నటువంటి పండితులు కూడాను కేవలము పైన చూచేటువంటి యొక్క ఈ మెరికల్స్ అని తుచ్చమైనటువంటి ఈ మెరికల్స్ పైనే వాళ్ళ దృష్టిని ఏకాగ్రత పరుస్తున్నారు. కానీ సత్యమైనటువంటి యొక్క హృదయాన్ని గుర్తించేటువంటి ప్రాప్తులు వాళ్ళలో లేవు. కనుక దైవత్వాన్ని గుర్తించుకోవటము ఎట్టి వారికి కూడాను సాధ్యం కానటువంటిది.
In 1978, Swami took few of us to Ooty. It was almost a very secret affair. Some of us got a message telling that don't tell anybody, you are supposed to sit in particular car. Swami is taking you to Ooty. So about 7 boys, Colonel Jogarao, Mr. and Mrs. Ratanlal, we were the few fortunate to follow Swami. And that was the first time that I was traveling with Swami in his car. So I was very happy. We took a break at Mudumalai Forest guest house. We had our lunch there and Swami came out and Swami said, come, let's take picture. And he gave an individual photograph to all of us. And he turned to Jogarao and they said, Jogarao, నీవు ఎప్పుడు అడుగుతావు కదా నేను ఎవరని? This is what he said. The meaning is, Jogarao, you always ask me, who am I? ఈ రోజు చెప్తాను, ఈ రోజు చూపిస్తాను. Today I'll show you. That's what he said to Colonel Jogarao. Then he asked one of the students to take one photograph of him. The Polaroid camera which will instantaneously give out the copy of the photo. So Swami was standing in a place and asked one of the students to take a photograph of himself standing alone. And there was a small rock which was, in front of Swami. It was covering Swami's robe actually down. So as I said, Mrs. Ratanlal and Mr. Ratanlal also were in the party. And she being one of the mothers to Swami, she thought that stone is obstructing the beauty of the robe falling down beautifully. So she was about to go closer to remove the rock. The ever smiling, the ever peaceful, the ever Karunamurti suddenly started shouting at her. In the human eyes, see, I cannot attribute this particular aspect to Swami. He was slightly, totally off and then said, go back, go back, go back. And that was the first time I was seeing Swami shouting at Mrs. Ratanlal. She was also slightly stunned and she went few steps back. Then immediately, the usual smile of Swami, it came, ippudu teera. Now you take the photograph. Instantaneous transformation from angry mood to the blissful mood. Then that photo was taken and Swami asked for that photo. Normally this Polaroid photo, you just shake it for 1 or 2 minutes, the picture will appear. And Swami started doing like this, this is my real form. This is my real form, he was telling. And when the full form came in that photograph, Swami showed to all of us one by one. What did we see? Swami was coming out from the fire, and instead of one Satya Sai Baba with orange robe, Swami was wearing that Panchagajam and 3 heads of Swami, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. If I remember very clearly, it had all the attributes of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, like matted hair for Shiva and snake coming out of Shiva's head and Trishula, all those things were there. And one of Dattatraya's hand, that is Swami's hand, because the picture was Swami's only, it was leaning on a cow. Then he said, this is my real form. This is my real form. He showed all of us. Then he showed to Colonel Jogarao also said, now do you understand who I am? That's what Swami said. See, this is one aspect of Swami which we have seen. And though we were all thrilled, we know he is Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Now we will go to the other aspect of Swami, which really filled my heart and taught a very great lesson to me. Literally, there are 2 incidents, not one incident. The first one is, after showing the photograph to all of us, Swami was telling us, you all tell that you do lot of seva and sacrifice for Swami's sake. Doing seva is your duty. You should not call that as seva. You are doing your duty. And sacrifice, what sacrifice you do? You don't do any sacrifice. Even a slight thing which is more advantageous to you, you call it as sacrifice. By seeing the world's eye in that. The real sacrifice is done only by me, Swami. That's what he said. I, with my high conscious level, always blissful, come to your low level, play with you, change my mood, I act, and then I lift you all to my level. That is real sacrifice. So from today, don't tell that you have done a lot of sacrifice. And the real seva is done only by me, because I come from my state to your state to pull you all to my state. So I am only doing seva, I am only doing sacrifice. Remember this truth. That's what Swami said. This is spiritual part. Now, as I told you, Mrs. Ratanlal is something like mother to Swami. She had the good fortune of cooking for Swami. I had never seen Swami shouting at her. Now, Today is the thing. Swami literally shouted at her, asking her to go back. Both Mr. and Mrs. Satyalal were standing, and we are all awestruck with the incident. We totally forgot Swami shouting at Mrs. Satyalal. He turned to Ratanlal. Swami used to call not Ratanlal, Mr. Ratanlal. Mr. Ratanlal, तुम्हारा वाइफ को बोलो वो समय वो स्टोन टच किया ना भस्म होता वो कांट सेम ऐसा बोला. The meaning is, see, if she would have touched the stone at that moment, she would have been burnt into ashes. Again, I am telling about the sacrifice part. Full power, hidden, but showing only love, and we keep on doing mistakes. He keeps on pardoning us. He said this and then turned to Mrs. Satyalal. Mrs. Satyalal, baadapadavoddu. She knows little bit. Don't feel bad. See, we always say the only certain thing with Bhagavan is his uncertainty. So after all this Mudumalai incident, we went to Ooty, and there whatever routine, whenever Swami comes out in the morning, all of us will be standing there. The first thing, he'll go to Mr. Ratanlal. Mr. Ratanlal, तुम्हारा wife को बोलो. The same thing he'll repeat. वो stone touch किया ना भस्म होता वो कान से ऐसा बोला. Then we'll all have breakfast. Then he'll go out, come back, finish his lunch. He'll go inside, come again at 2:33. Again we'll be all sending, Mrs. Ratanlal, तू वो stone touch किया ना भस्म होता वो कान से ऐसा बोला. Not one day, not 2 days, not 3 days. Here, Swami is showing he is Brahma, Vishnu, Mallikeshwaran, the creator, the destroyer and sustainer, all that. Next moment, for her sake, Swami told not to touch the stone, but the respect he wanted to teach, this is how you should respect your mother. So this went on for all the 4 days when we were there in the Ooty. See, in one side, he shows his divine aspect. See, Dattatreya is supposed to be all gods put in to one. He shows that he is the divine supreme, and next moment he tells such a humble person, he goes daily, morning, afternoon, night, telling Mrs. Satyalal, baadapadavoddu. What humility! See, such authority. She used to beg to Swami, Swami, parava nahi, Swami, she used to say. But no parava nahi. Swami always used to say this. He always told, because the respect, what we should give it to our parents. But that is the level, the divine supreme, the creator, the sustainer and the destroyer shows to his mother. This is the lesson that we have to learn from this wonderful incident.
నాకు నేను చెప్పుకోవటం కూడా ఒక్కొక్క సమయంలో అవసరం వస్తుంటుంది. తెలియనటువంటి వారికి చెప్పి ప్రయోజనం ఉండదు, తెలిసినటువంటి వారికి చెప్పనక్కరలేదు, తెలియనటువంటి వారికి నా విజిటింగ్ కార్డు ఇవ్వటం అత్యవసరం. కనుక నేను ఈనాడు నా తత్వాన్ని గురించి మీకు చెప్పడానికి పూనుకున్నానంటే ఒక విజిటింగ్ కార్డు అందించేటువంటి యొక్క లక్ష్యం నందే మాత్రం తప్ప అనేక రకమైనటువంటి భావములతో మీరు ఊహించినటువంటి రీతిగా కాదు.
The thing to remember is that throughout his life, my father was actually, he never used to believe in Bhagavan. He didn't have the faith that my mother or my brother and I had in Bhagavan, because his family was not oriented towards worshipping a guru in, or a god in human form. It was around that time when he was working in his bank that he got orders to get transferred from here to Srinagar. So I conveyed this to Bhagavan that Swami, my father has got orders to be transferred to Srinagar. And I recall that, one day in Darshan, he comes out, he starts speaking to me. He says, so your father is going to Srinagar? I said, Swami, really only you can protect him. And then he turns to one of my friends and he says, in Srinagar what happens? So he was a very close friend of mine. So he said, Swami, it's very, very violent. And Swami very dramatically says, not just violence, are killings, Swami said. So my heart started beating even faster, and I told Swami, only you can take care of him over there. And Swami actually looked up into space as if, and suddenly turns to me, he just nods to me. And that was the assurance that I had that, Swami will take care of my father during his stint in Srinagar. he was lodged in a hotel actually for several months, and we didn't really have an address. All we had was a number where we could reach out to him. Suddenly we get a call perhaps 2 weeks into his stay, and he said, who is sending the Sanatan Sarathis to my room? So we were also astonished what is going on, because we had never applied for a subscription, and the thing is, we didn't even know the exact address where he was staying, where it can be delivered. Nevertheless, my father started getting Sanatan Sarathis, which were being delivered to his room at the hotel. So in this way, actually, Swami was beginning to convey to us that the word that he had given, that I will take care of your father. So Swami was conveying that I am there, present with him. A few days later, my father was sitting in the bank. He had come early that day to open the bank, and he was sitting there alone, and from his window he could see a person was carrying a satchel, a small bag. He had gone near one of the electric poles, and he left the bag over there and started walking away. My father immediately realized what was happening. He comes to the entrance of the bank and tried to warn others from across the street that, hey, there's a possible bomb blast happening. At that very moment, the bomb blast happened, and a few people lost their lives, but fortunately my father, since he was a little far away, he was not injured either. But then he called up home, he conveyed saying that I'm lucky to have survived, and please don't worry about me. A couple of years later, I got a chance to be at Swami's feet for the interview, and Swami himself started raising this incident. He said that this boy's father, he was transferred to Srinagar, Kashmir at a very violent time. Now the thing was that I had heard this incident from my mother. So the details were a little fuzzy for me, and I told Swami, that bomb blast, when it took place near the hotel. Swami immediately frowned and said, no, it took place near the bank, Swami said. And I just let it go. I thought, maybe I don't have the details right. And when I went home, I confirmed with my mother. I said, see, Swami mentioned that this incident happened at the bank, but I distinctly remember it was a hotel. My mother corrected me. She said, no, Swami is right. It happened near the bank. And in this way, Swami was conveying in a very, very emphatic manner that it was he himself who had saved my father in a very, very critical time.
Back in my student days, specifically 1986 time frame, just before Ugadi, Swami came out for darshan. Swami very sweetly walked down and then, accepted a few letters, and then he walked on. I was fortunate to be in the first line, so I was holding on to this letter and then praying that Swami should accept my letter. Just to give you some background to this, Swami actually asked me to play the songs of Radha Krishna drama that Swami had written, and then got the drama played by the boys in 1985 during 60th birthday celebrations. So I played those songs, and a few days later, Swami did comment saying that, okay, baga vainchao, but you should improve. That's how Swami kind of commented. So I felt bad while Swami did acknowledge that, I played well, but then Swami also said that I should improve. So I felt bad that, Swami, I will practice, whatever I wrote in my letter. And then I was holding on to this letter. Swami came and very close to me. Then he picked up this envelope that I offered Swami didn't exchange any word. I mean, there was no exchange of words, nothing spoken. Swami just picked up the letter gracefully and then moved on. Went out and granted darshan to all the devotees in Sai Ram shed. After a few minutes, he returned. And as he returned, as most of us would have seen, Swami picks up a lot of letters and he would hold them in his left palm, the left hand. And there were as many as 30-40 letters, I'm sure, in his palm. And then he was looking at some, blessing a few and then talking to a few. And then I was smiling and looking at Bhagwan's beautiful face and enjoying the darshan. About 15 feet away from me, Swami looked into my eyes. And then, as if he spotted me in the first line again. And then there was no smile on his face. He actually was staring at me. And there was a bit of seriousness on his face. And it got me worried. And I was wondering, why is Swami looking at me so seriously? But then I was enjoying the darshan. I was enjoying that, Swami is actually looking at me. I was, feeling good about that. But then Swami kept staring at me as he moved on. And he came very close to me. As he came and stood in front of me, he picked up one envelope from those 30-40 letters that he was holding on. And then he just picked it up like that. And then threw it on my lap. For a moment, I was kind of surprised, rather shocked, because I observed as it fell, and then I looked down. As it fell, I observed that it was the same envelope that I actually gave to Swami while he was going out for darshan. So immediately a flood of thoughts came to my mind, even as Swami was standing right in front of me. Swami was not really smiling or anything. And he was not saying anything too. So I just said Swami, and I was looking at him, and then Swami moved on. He didn't say anything. So the flood of thoughts were like, Swami, did I do something wrong? Did I write something wrong? Were the contents wrong? What happened, Swami? Why did you reject my letter? And I was so worried. I was really, really down. So as soon as darshan was over, I rushed back to the room. And then back into the room, I was sitting at my desk, and then I opened it. Wanted to really understand what really was the content that really displeased Bhagwan. To my utter surprise, I found that there was no letter. I mean, the letter that I had written to Swami was not there. Instead, there was this nice little beautiful small piece of paper on which Bhagwan's own hand, Swami has written this in Telugu, and it goes, Tej, Anduko Asirvadamulu. Ande, నీ వంపిన వందనములతోటి అందలి విషయ కుసుమములు ఆనందము పంపుచున్నాను ఉగాది ప్రసాదం దుస్తుల కోసం ఇట్లు నీ సాయి. It means, Tej, accept my blessings. I have received your prayers and the beautiful contents that you have written. I'm happy with that. Here is the prasadam for Ugadi. Accept it. This is for your clothes, for stitching your clothes. Your Sai. And then there were 500 rupee notes in that envelope. Brothers and sisters, talk about the time frame. He is omnipotent, right? We say that all the time. He is omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent. Now, when did he really have the time to go? I mean, as for our naked eyes, he went out and came back, right? I mean, he never really sat down to write this envelope, right? Write this letter and insert it into the envelope. He probably froze the time for all of us, like how Lord Krishna froze the time for Kauravas and other Pandavas while Arjuna listened on to Lord Krishna for the Gita. So that is what Swami is.
నేను సామాన్యమైనటువంటి యొక్క వ్యక్తిత్వంగా నేను సంచరిస్తూ ఆడుతూ పాడుతూ మాటలాడుతూ తిరుగుతూ ఉండటం చేత ఇందులో ఉన్నటువంటి యొక్క వ్యక్తిత్వాన్ని అర్థం చేసుకోవటం కూడాను ఒక విధమైనటువంటి శక్తివంతులు కూడాను అసాధ్యమే. మానవత్వాన్ని ఏకత్వపరిచి బ్రహ్మత్వం అనేటువంటి తత్వమును నిరూపించి దైవత్వం అనేటువంటి యొక్క స్థానంలో చేర్చేటువంటి ప్రయత్నమే నా యొక్క లక్ష్యము.
As the years passed, there's one thing that Swami would very often do during darshan. For some reason, he would always come to me and keep asking with me, so how is your father doing? Is he okay? Is his health fine? And all the time I would say, Swami, yes, Swami, by your grace he is doing okay. In somewhere near April 2007 it was, a pujari who was then serving Bhagwan from a very long time, he conveyed to Swami that he would like to retire. And Swami was then looking for a replacement. Now, my father, he comes from a family that has been trained in the Vedic traditions from a very long time. He was also trained as a priest, and he had always kept his his practice of chanting the Vedas every single day. So a lot of people who knew him, they came to me saying like, why don't you put forward your application, give a letter to Swami saying that my father can be the pujari. But I had this one principle that, I would never impose my will on Swami. That Swami, this is what I desire. I had always left it to Swami saying that whatever you do is good enough for me. So I decided that I won't, forward my application. In fact, two of my bosses, they very sternly told me that, look, you should apply. And I still said, this is not something that I can do. A couple of days later, I got a call from Mr. Chakravarti, who was the secretary of the SAI Central Trust at that time. He just said, Hari, I want you in my office and I want you to bring your father with you. So I sensed what it was all about. I called my father and within 10 minutes, we were in front of Mr. Chakravarti. And he asked my father a few formal questions. And I was getting the impression that he was interviewing my father for the position of the priest at the mandir, at the Sai Kulwant hall. And suddenly he cut short the question. He said, okay, so Swami has already decided that you will be the priest at the mandir. And I want you to sit in the bhajan hall today. And he turned to me, he said that I have told Swami that it is your father and hence I want you also to sit along with him in the bhajan hall. So that evening, very excitedly, like I was seated in the bhajan hall, my father was seated a few feet away. And as Swami came in for darshan, in my mind I started remembering all those times when Bhagwan would ask me, so how is your father, where is he? So I imagined that, this is what would transpire this time too. That he would come into the bhajan hall, he would look at me and say, so where is your father? And I would, very dramatically point and Swami, he's sitting right here. So that was how I imagined that it would play out. And Swami entered the bhajan hall, he walks right past me and goes straight to my father and stands opposite him. And the first words that Swami says, like he puts his hand like this, he says, Abba, Uchava. And that's when I realized, how shallow I had thought, first of all, that relationship that Swami was or my father's relationship to Swami was through me. This was a one-to-one relationship between God and his devotee. And in those words, I could sense, sometimes we say that we pray so hard to be near Swami. We never actually realize from Swami's side that he is trying so hard to pull each one of us close to him. And as this happens, in this process, we are distracted by a number of things that, we want to earn money, we want to earn a position, we want to get power. All those things are, Swami very patiently allows us to play through all those distractions. And finally, when we are ready at the right time, Swami finally pulls the devotee so close to him. And that's when Swami is able to say at last, you have come to me. In this way, I have experienced Swami, one as a member of our family. And on the other hand, I have experienced him as God himself. And above all, the wisdom, the patience with which he has let us grow spiritually under him. So that has been what Swami to me, in a different ways, he has shown me what it means to love somebody, what it actually means to serve people. So these are some of the very precious grains of wisdom that I have been fortunate to receive from Bhagwan.
నా శక్తులకు హద్దు లేదు, నా తత్వానికి ఏమాత్రము కూడాను ఒక విధమైనటువంటి యొక్క నియమం లేదు. అనంతమైనటువంటి యొక్క శక్తి, అనంతమైనటువంటి తత్వము, అనంతమైనటువంటి యొక్క వ్యక్తిత్వము నా హస్తమందు ఉంటున్నది.
when he speaks, every word of his has some deeper meaning in it. Swami called me for an interview. One elder was sitting next to me. I was just ushered in and I just see the beautiful form in front of me. Swami looked at me with lot of concern, motherly concern, and said, Niki emi korata, cheppu. I was able to hear those words, but I was speechless because I was mesmerized by that form of Swami. The elder next to me thought that I didn't understand Telugu. He tried to translate. He said, Swami is asking, what do you lack? You tell him. Swami waited. He again asked the same question. He said, Niki emi korata, cheppu. Again this elder tried to respond, tried to translate, and as usual I was speechless seeing him in front of me. Then he asked the same question the third time. Same question. Niku emi korata, cheppu. But the tone was little different. And again, without waiting for my answer, because I think he never expected that I should give an answer. The fourth time he asked the same question, but little more pauses, little more stress on few words. Niki emi korata, cheppu. So the interview ended with that. I came out. And when you try to reflect on these things, you try to get those understandings, those revelations in a course of time when you understand what it meant. So later on, after a long time, I realized that Swami, why did he put the same question 4 times? Whenever he says something, it always, he never wastes even one word when he speaks to you. So why did he tell the same thing 4 times? So first 2 times I understood that he was asking out of motherly concern. You are here, you are waiting for my instruction. You need something so that I can help you. That's the first 2 times. But then he became the Sadguru. He became that ultimate master who wants to teach you what actually is that which you should inculcate. It is that faith. Niki emi korata cheppu. What do you lack? You tell me. When I am there with you, when I am there to take care of you, and you are waiting for my instruction, even if I don't respond, am I not taking care of you? Am I not always with you? Why should you even feel that despondency or the doubt that I am not taking care of you? On deeper reflection, when we think about the 4th time Swami told the same statement, I felt that Niki emi korata cheppu. Means he's actually trying to ask me that when actually I'm inside you, I'm taking care of everything which you need from within you. Because he says that he is the indweller. He is the one who takes care of everything. So when he is himself there, what is that you lack? Is there something which you lack at all in life? Just keep that faith in him and think that he is taking care of everything. Rest will follow. That was a revelation which I understood that day, is that he is the ultimate master. He has come to, he has come to give us whatever we want, probably a job, a way to serve him. But ultimately, he has come to only teach us that we are part of him and we should have that faith that he is always there to take care of us.
Swami is that Parabrahma, that Paramatma, that one who can do undo things and which one cannot imagine. So he is everything to us. Mata, Pita, Guru, God, guide and what not in life actually. Everything is he.
Swami for me is the all-knowing Lord, the Almighty Himself who's created this universe. The Lord who's come down not to just show all these gigantic, wonderful, great miracles to all the devotees around Him, but also to show us what is love and what is to love unconditionally.
In conclusion, what I would like to say is, I have seen Swami talking to different types of people at different times. And whenever there is an opinion given, what he used to say is, he never used to say, do this, it will become like that, you will become alright. Normally, Swami used to use the word in Telugu, na uddeshamulo or na abhiprayamulo. That's what Swami used to say. Let it be a great Sanskrit scholar who had got some doubt. So while explaining these things, Swami will tell like this. Let it be a small dud like me. When I go and then ask Swami, the etla chayalante, in what way it should be done, he'll tell, see, in my opinion, if you do like this, it will be good. The one word what he used to say is, na uddeshamulo. That is Swami for us. Divine Supreme, At the same time, humility to the core. He'll go to any extent to be humble, just to show us how we should lead our life.
తెలియగా తరమా నరులు కనుగొన వశమా, తెలియగా తరమా నరులు కనుగొన వశమా, పరమత పోనిదులకైన బ్రహ్మకునైనా, పరమత పోనిదులకైన బ్రహ్మకునైనా, తెలియగా తరమా నరులు కనుగొన వశమా, తెలియగా తరమా నరులు కనుగొన వశమా. నీ మహిమ తెలియకెంద